Good evening. Trying to catch my breath. I'm a little out of shape, but let's say this. I'm so proud of the way our kids fought. Largest comeback in school history. Just proud. I don't know what else to say. Our kids showed a lot of heart, and we've had so much adversity and so many ups and downs of this off season, and even during this season. And to do what our young men did today, it's been 30 years since we beat UCF. Last 13 games, it's nice to be on the right side of that win column. Again, it was a full team effort, right? Our defense got that final stop, forced a missed kick, all those things. Obviously proud of the offense performance, especially in the second half. I owe credit to, let me say, this game was honoring Isaac Bruce. So Isaac's one of the true legends. I wish he was here with us to celebrate, but if you guys can share this with him, thank you, Isaac. This game also honored Tom 3. Scott Foreman, a dear friend of mine. So please let him know this game was also an honor of them. And just so proud of our young men. As I catch my breath, I'll take some questions, please.
Jacob, first question.
Well, Coach, first off, congrats on your first conference win. Secondly, what does it feel like to be a Memphis head coach and beat UCF after so many coaches could not? What does it feel like?
You know, really, it's the way it occurred. And it just – I was walking up and down the sideline. I saw some heads down, and I didn't like that. And I told our guys, we got to keep believing. It's the way we won. Look, if I'd be lying if I said this game wasn't important, if it didn't mean something in the history of this program and what we've occurred, obviously, as you guys know, as a grad assistant there at UCF. But for our young men that know that I told them what occurred on that field tonight will carry over for the rest of their lives, not only because of the opponent we beat, and they're a hell of a team. Obviously, they gave us everything we could handle and more. But fighting through adversity, never giving up, that will carry a long way. And those lessons are just as important as coming away with beating UCF. But I'm honored. Obviously, so many great coaches came before me here at this program. I just hope it's one of many. As you guys well know, I'll watch this game tonight, and I'll probably stay up all night and get ready for a great Temple team.
Thank you, Coach.
Steven?
Ryan, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Steve.
My dad just called me a second ago. He asked me, how'd you guys pull it off? So I didn't really know. When you guys were down 21, did you imagine this was possible, pulling this off?
I truly did. I mean, if anybody noticed me on the sideline, I was going down with a big smile on my face, and people probably think I'm quite psychotic, but because our guys fight. And like I said, part of the adversity we've been facing, our guys know if we stick together, we got this thing. And so I was really proud of them. I mean, 100% of the credit goes to the players, obviously. We got some things we got to clean up, certainly not a perfect game. I mean, I'd rather the games not go down the last while. I'll have a heart attack before this thing's all said and done. But our young men believe. They believe in each other. They believe in the way we do things. I'm sitting there in the fourth quarter telling guys to tuck their shirts in and telling those guys that to get off the bench that weren't playing. And why? Why was I doing that in the fourth quarter? Because that stuff's important to me. I think that makes a difference in what we want to do as a program moving forward.
Terry?
Hey, Coach, you had two guys that couldn't even get off the bench last year, Austin Hall and Todd Washington, because of you, and they show up, act like this was just another game and show up and do what they need to do and get almost 300 yards between them. What it says about their character going in?
Yeah, I mean, look, we had a lot of guys step up that hadn't been on our roster, and we knew going this year, right? We were, obviously with, we met Kenny Gainwell not being here, we knew guys would have to step up. Obviously, and I go and approach this. Monte Cosy wasn't there, so we had other guys step up. And just proud of the efforts. I think the entire offense as a whole, obviously led by Brady White, put on a hell of a performance. And look, we're going to need a lot of those young receivers to step up, and obviously proud of Calvin and Taj and the entire wide receiving core.
Ryan?
Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Both teams combined for 17 penalties, and usually when these two teams plays, there's a high amount of penalties. What's the cause of that? Is it just because it's a physical game?
I like to think so. I think guys are so amped up, so revved up. And I told our guys, hey, we use the term greenhouse effect, right? We never want to get too high or never get too low during the course of a game. And I think a lot of that was just different things, right? So amped up, the physicality of the game. We knew what was going on, and some of those penalties started occurring later on in the game due to the fact that, hey, we had a chance to come back, and that's stuff we got to continue to clean up.
Steven?
Coach, another one of those young receivers was Javon Ivory. I remember you talking about him in the kind of the preseason. When you consider the stage, prime time, best receiver isn't going to be available. How proud are you of the way that he performed under so much pressure?
Oh, very proud of Javon. I mean, he went out there and stepped up, like you guys said. We had a lot of faces out there that are making plays, right? You think about the guys, Sean Dykes didn't play much last year, right? And obviously has come back and doing great things this year. Calvin Austin, you guys remember, he was a walk-on last year. And, this is his first year as a scholarship wide receiver for us. Taj Washington really didn't play last year. Javon Ivory really didn't play last year. Drake Clark played sparingly last year. But if you guys remember, right, we had guys like Antonio Gibson, Kenny Gainwell, Patrick Taylor. So we got a lot of new faces on offense. But, again, the offensive line did a solid job. And I was just, obviously the quarterback did a great job. But proud of those wide receivers for stepping up big time.
Evan?
Ryan, last week you guys nearly had the 21-point comeback. This game, you guys were resilient as you stayed in it. What is it about this team where, even though that those deficits are there, there's a trust and there's a confidence in this group that, like Brady said last week, we have them where we want them when they were down. What is it about this group that kind of has this ability to be resilient?
Evan, I truly, and this is not coach speak, I believe it talks about the character of our young men, the fight that we have, the guys that aren't giving up. Now, I don't want to go down 21 points all these games. I don't know if that's where we want to be, but just so proud. I just think it speaks so highly of the heart and the character and the belief of these guys. We believe in each other. We're a family. And we know, like we've talked about, these last 6 months have been screwed up. And Brady just broke down the team after I got done talking to them. When he broke the rock, he said, look, man, it's been screwed up here. A lot of things have occurred this season, but guess what? We keep fighting. We got our brotherhood. And we're just, everybody's so proud. And it doesn't matter if you were on the bench, not dressed out and shoulder pads, waving a towel, or you threw 6 touchdown passes. We're all in this together. And I think those guys know it, and they're a resilient group. Pre-game, Evan, when I was talking to them about what we needed, I said we need to start fast and finish strong. Man, did they finish strong. But the biggest thing I told them, I said they need to be relentless in everything they do. And I'm going to always speak because I believe these, are life lessons to them. I talk about being relentless. Everything they do on the field will carry over to what they do off the field, right? And study hall, community service, their relationships with their family. I think that stuff's so important.
On that last drive, did you say anything to Brady and the offense, or did you just kind of let them just say, hey, you know what to do?
Kevin Johns did a great job calling it. I just looked in the huddle. I had a big smile on my face. I said, we got this, boys. Let's go make history. And just so proud of them.
Terry?
Hey, Coach, you say you're an old school coach, man, but I don't know too many old school coaches that go forward on 4th and 1 on their 27-yard line, go forward on 2-point conversions on multiple occasions when it didn't seem like no one to go for. What did that says about the confidence you have in your team, no matter what the situation is to come through?
I believe in these young men. I truly do. I mean, I get to see them battle and the ups and downs that they've gone through. And I think when they know coach got the confidence to go for it, they're like, all right, we got this thing. And that's why you said, down 21 points. How can they look at me with a damn smile on my face on the sideline and in the huddle? And they like I said, they're like, yeah, we got you. We got this. And again, I think it's the belief in each other, the belief in the way we do things, the belief in the way we work, and be able to fight through adversity. And guess what? This is just one small step. As you guys know, this is something we're going to have to carry on week in and week out because we're just getting started our season.
Jeff?
Hey, Ryan, thanks for congratulations. 2 questions. One is, did you have time to think anything before that field goal? What were you thinking as they were lining up to kick that last field goal?
Yeah, I was just thinking, hey, let's miss this thing so I can celebrate with my guys on the sideline. I mean, I truly, you go through so many ups and downs, the emotions. You guys you got to feel for what these last 6 months have looked like for our team. And I'd be lying if I said it's been easy. I mean, it's hard for everybody. And I'm not sitting here saying we've got woe is me and the chips are stacked against us and it's been hard. I mean, everybody's going through some stuff. But more so for our guys on the sideline, they deserved it. Just so proud of them. And that win, it's 100% for our players. And guess what? It's for all our previous Memphis teams that weren't able to do what we were tonight. And again, like I said, it's honoring Isaac Bruce, honoring Tom 3. And that's what it meant to me more than anything. Yeah, I'm glad to be the head coach that was able to do so, but shoot, man, it's the team that got to do it, and I'm just so proud of them. But Jeff, no, I wasn't thinking much.
Mute. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm unmuted. Sorry. You said that Brady broke the rock. How important has he been in terms of keeping the team on beam? I know the team, but when players are, and I don't talk about Coxie, when players are opting out, is it harder to keep people who are staying all in? And how important has Brady been to keeping people all in?
Yeah, I mean, look, exactly right, Jeff. We use that mantra all in, and more so now than ever, right? Like what we got, and we talked about it. So all we got is all we need. But Brady's a huge leader. We got guys like Calvin Austin that are leaders, guys that believe. And when I say something like, "Hey, let's pick up the trash," they get it. But Brady's been so instrumental the way we want to do things. You guys got me okay. But he's just been so instrumental. He understands when I talk to the team. He's just another voice, and we're continuing to find guys that are saying, okay, hey, Coach Silverfield said that, so, that's the way we got to do things. But he's been awesome, right? He lives up in the office. He works his tail off. He lives and dies Memphis football. He bleeds blue. And, the players believe in him. I think that's that last drive, those guys looked in the home, and he's got a big smile on his face too. And he's been awesome keeping those guys all in, and I'm just so proud of him. I mean, he's been resilient as they come, right? He did not have his best game versus SMU, and then some news this week. He could have had his head held down, but no, he believes in guys like Calvin Austin, those young other receivers that stepped up, the offensive line, the running backs, the tight ends. I mean, and he fights. I mean, he's a fighter. Gosh darn it, I'm so glad he's on our side.
Steven?
Coach, obviously, I know there's going to be a lot to focus on with the defense, but when it mattered most, they kind of got you guys some crucial stops. How do you kind of feel about them after you guys got this win?
Yeah, Stephen, I'm not going to make any miss about it. We've got to improve on that side. We can't give up the explosive plays, and I knew that had to be key. Look, credit to UCF; they're one of the best offenses in the country, and there's a reason why they were put up so many yards and so many points. I mean, they're very, very good. They're very, very talented. They're very, very fast. They play fast. So we got things we need to clean up defensively. But guess what? They got the stop when it mattered most, and they forced that missed kick when it mattered most. So just like, guess what? We got things we got to clean up on special teams. We got things we got to clean up on offense. I mean, shame on me. I didn't have many answers when they start shutting down our run, and that starts with me, and I've got to do a better job with that. And so, look, all of this, any issues that we have as a team, 100% the finger should be pointed at me, and we'll find a way to fix it. I believe in our guys and our coaches, and we'll get it done. But, yeah, we've got a lot to clean up in all three phases.
Evan?
Ryan, got to ask, so what exactly is the status on Monte, Cosy, and TJ Carter, just for the record?
Yep, for the record, Monte Cosy is not part of our football program right now, and we're moving forward without him. And like I said, tonight, I believe in the guys we got and the receivers, and proud of the way they performed. And then TJ Carter was on the sideline, as you guys saw, and was not able to dress for this game.
Devin?
First of all, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
When everything cools down and all the dust settles, when you look back at this game, what is one word to describe this game when you look back at it?
I think the word was used earlier, right? I mean, I can say proud, I can say all that stuff, but resilient. And like I said, our kids showed heart, they showed character, they showed fight, relentless in their effort to come back. And I like to see that. Obviously, like I said, I don't want to be coming back from large deficits like that anymore. But again, I know I'm probably overusing the word proud, but I don't know if I could be even more proud of the group that's in that locker room right now.
Chris?
Yeah, Ryan, I might know the answer to this, but the decision to go for the 2-point conversions to make it like 6-point or maybe 13-point deficits, what's behind that? Is that about trying to win in regulation? I know it's something John Harbaugh's talking about.
Yeah, Chris. So look, normally, you can say, well, why would you go for 2-point after that? What to put it when we were down to? Then if we got a touchdown and kicks the extra point, then it would be win the game. And really, it was twofold. One, we were playing to win the football game. I didn't want to go up there and score twice and then go into overtime. But also, I think our guys had confidence, right? We knew if we got that 2-point conversion. And I went up and down the sideline, and I told our guys, I said, do you guys know why we went for 2 there? A lot of them said no. I said, look, we go back, defense is going to hold them. We score a touchdown. We're going to win this game when we kick that extra point. And it's amazing to see their eyes light up and say, Damn straight, man. Coach believes in us. That's okay. That's what's up. And that's part of it. You can call it foolish coaching or just, but in my opinion, look, we were playing to win the football game. And I literally, right after that 2-point conversion, I walked up and down the sideline and told everybody exactly why we did it.
Was there any? I know sometimes the math tells you it's better to do that. Did that enter the decision at all?
Yeah, I'm not much of a statistician, or even though I was an economics major, but we do use analytics. And really, at that point, they said if you're playing to win the football game, you go for 2 there early. That way, if you didn't get it, then you go for 2 to tie it up. So that's about a 50% chance. If we're playing to win the game, then I'll take that risk right there. So that's why we did it, Chris. Maybe if it was a 10-10 football game, or if it was a lower scoring game, maybe it'd been more conservative. But I also knew that, hey, at that point, our defense was giving up some big plays, and I just thought it was the best thing to be aggressive there.
Terry, last question.
Hey, Coach, when you play a good time, you always say, we got to play a perfect game. You guys didn't play nowhere near a perfect game, and you still come back winning. What did that say about the character of the team that you can do this, even against a good team, and still come out on top?
Yeah, well, we did not play a perfect game. Like I said, we got a lot of things to correct, a lot of things to fix and improve upon. And that's the nice thing is after this win, I'm actually going to be much harder on our team, because now they can sit there and say, okay, yeah, coach is on our ass right now because we got a lot to work to do. And if it was after a loss and I'm chewing tail and saying we got to fix that, maybe they wouldn't listen. But I think now's a perfect time to say, okay, guys, we got to clean this up. We got to clean that up. And the guys will buy in and say, yeah, you're exactly right. And look, I want to enjoy this. I told them we got to make great decisions tonight, but we got to come back tomorrow ready to work. We know what we got risk with Temple coming back. I think a lot of our guys have a bad taste in their mouth. But to answer your question, Terry, it speaks so highly of the character of our guys to come back the way they did without playing a perfect game. And I know that they'll always fight. And again, I'll use that word proud one more time. I'm really proud of this Memphis football program.
Brady, the two losses in 2018 are a long time ago, but just how good did this one feel, especially the way you did in the second half, and obviously your young receiver step up on that final drive?
Yeah, it felt phenomenal. I'm not going to lie to you. And this one goes up there with the SMU, I think, just for me personally. I don't know why, but this one just felt really good for sure. And it was also, with COVID, this whole season, this whole year, guys leaving our program, opting out. The guys that are still here stepped up greatly today in a big way, and I was super proud of them and thankful, because that means a lot to me and to the rest of the teammates. So it was a really good win.
Chris?
Yeah, Brady, what did you think of the decisions to go for 2 and going for the win?
I love them. What was it, Herm Edwards? You play to win the game? Was that him? Am I right? Yeah. Okay. If I'm wrong, sorry. But, like Calvin said, if they told us to go for 2 every time, we're going to go out there and execute to, the highest of our capability. But I knew I was kind of on the same page with Coach Silverfield and Coach Johns. Like, I understood why we were doing that, because we were putting ourselves in a position for when we knew we were going to come back like we did, we're going to be up rather than, 1 point shy or tie. Like, we want to go win this thing. And I think that's how you got to approach football and life. You got to attack. You can't be passive.
Steven?
Brady, when you guys fell behind 3 touchdowns, did any part of your confidence waver at all, or did you just believe this was still possible?
No, man, that's what I love about this team. Defense didn't waver. Special teams didn't waver. And offensively, I was just telling our guys, hey, all we can do is control what we can control. And as an offensive group, that's get the ball, go out and execute the offense, and do everything you can to score on every possession. And so, we didn't flinch at all. And our guys had a tremendous amount of fight and focus. And I love the energy and the passion that we play with. And I think, the way we fought back and pulled it out says a lot about these dudes.
Terry?
Hey, Brady, I know this pregame, man, you didn't run out with the team. You came out a few minutes early, took some extra practices. Do you normally do that? I thought you normally come out with the team. And if you don't normally come out, why did you do it different today?
So this whole, so far this season, Coach Silverfield has had me, be the captain and walk out for the coin toss. And so, in the past, I think, Norvell's had like seniors kind of take those. So I've ran out with the team and warm up, once I'm out there. But since I'm going to be going out there for the coin toss, I try to get out there a little early so that I can get my throws up, just get loose before I go to the coin toss.
Okay.
Jacob?
Brady, it's almost a really interesting situation. You're down 21 against SMU. You're down 21 against UCF. On your performance, you had no turnovers in this game. What changed? What was the focus?
I didn't turn the ball over. I don't know how to answer that one. Yeah, we owned the football and we executed the offense. I'm sorry.
I didn't want that to be a dumb question.
I get it, but I mean, you got to expect that answer.
Jeff?
Yeah, congratulations, Brady. I saw you hung on to the football after the last snap. Did you keep the football, and how did it feel, and then how did it feel breaking the rock on this one?
Yeah, I did keep the football. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. But and then it felt great to break the rock. There's a lot of pride in doing that. I appreciate, being selected for that moment and hope that us as a team are breaking, rock week to week for the rest of the way, because that means we're coming out on the right side of the matchup.
Is it hard at all? I mean, you mentioned people leaving the team. Have you ever had a moment when you wondered, why the hell did I come back, when you see other players leaving the team? Is it harder to keep everybody all in when that happens, or is there a renewed determination? What's the ethic there?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me personally, there's never been a second where I've doubted my decision to come back. Is it frustrating and crappy to see guys leave or opt out? Yes. Those are your brothers. Those are good players. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And, much like life, no one really gives a crap. You got to get the job done. And so I'm here, and I'm super proud of everyone that is in that locker room that goes out there on, Saturdays whenever we play and fights. And that's what we're going to do. And so this one felt really good.
Evan?
Right in the last drive, Ryan said you guys were really calm. He had a smile on your face. Take us through that last drive and kind of just what was the mood going before it, and kind of, take us through just kind of what happened that final possession.
Yeah, so I got on the headset with Coach Johns and when our thoughts were, and he let me know, we're going to cut it loose. And, I kind of walked down to our side before we got the ball, and Coach Silverfield came down, and me and him were smiling the whole game because that was fun, man. I mean, wasn't perfect at all. And guys on all three phases are going to go watch film. Wish they could have improved, including myself. But that was a fun. And it's going to be remembered for a long, long time. And I'm glad to be a part of it, to be part of this team, and to have won.
Terry, last question.
Hey, Brady, man, you take away the number one receiver, but yeah, it's no big deal. You have Avery to show up, Kevin Austin, and Todd Washington. What did that say about you and your development and how much trust you have in all your players?
Yeah, I trust all my guys, and that's what I'm saying. I was super proud of the guys that stepped up, and kind of like I've said, every year I've been here, there's always guys ready for the moment, and it's a matter of who's going to step up. And you saw some more names pop up, and it's tough when your number one guy's not there. But guess what? Now there's a new number one, and there's everyone moves up, takes the step forward, and I'm a competitor, man. I don't care who's out there. I don't care if I've got linemen out there. I'm going to try to get this thing done. So we got that done today. We're going to enjoy this one, but it's only game 3. So 1-0 on to next week. Got another good team coming in, coming in. So we got to get ready.
Hello, hello, hello.
Terry, first question for Calvin.
Hey, Calvin, man, what got into you, man? You know, you have the best game of the year, man. You know, pregame, I saw the defensive guys were talking crazy to you. What did they say or motivate you, you know, to get you to do what you did tonight?
I mean, they were talking the whole game, but I just had to block that out and know that we had a mission to focus on. And anytime we came to the sideline, it's either Brady, Coach Simon, Coach Silverfield saying, one more, let's focus on this drive, this possession, this play. We weren't really just trying to get caught up into all the antics because we knew they were going to, you know, be talking, trying to get us out of our game. But really all I was trying to do is just stay focused and just to do what I can do to enable to help the team.
Evan?
Calvin, if you could just take us into that last possession, take us through that touchdown. What did you see? What happened on it? And just what went through your mind after it went down?
Well, we had the play called up with a little out route toward the front pylon, and Javon ran a great route, ran the perfect route to free me up, and Brady threw a nice low ball where only I could be able to catch it. So really, it was just the trust that everybody had in each other, from the coaches to the players. Everybody had a trust in each other that no one was saying, "Give me the ball right here, give me the ball right here." We knew that the coaches was going to call the play, and we had many of players that could execute, and all we had to do was just go out and execute.
Last year, you were really proud of how much you grew as a route runner. On that play, did you just kind of feel that it showed right there?
Yes, sir. I just feel like from just before the season, like all throughout, I just constantly be trying to work on my routes, and Coach Simon did a whole 180 with me on just like seeing the field, my routes and everything. So I just think it's just all coming together. So
But it just seems like when these two teams match up, it's just a wild ride.
Jacob?
Okay. Can you sum up what it feels like to be one of the few teams in honestly the last 3 or 4 years to beat UCF? You've seen several games against them. Can you describe what that's like?
I would be lying if I said that this one wasn't a little more personal. And you know, we've had numerous times that we felt like we were supposed to come out victorious, but you know, we just didn't execute. And this is just win, just whole scheme of the season. But you know, really now it's just 1-0, and that's just one more step toward our final goal. So we're gonna have fun tonight, but after that, we're gonna put this behind us and move on.
And final question: Does UCF just bring something out different in Memphis? Is it just once you hear that name, it's just a different attitude?
I would say it's somewhat a different attitude, and we know that we gotta bring our A game. But I mean, when we got anyone on our schedule, we have to approach them with the mindset that they're coming to give us our best shot. We know that we have a target on our back, and we have to play at a high level every game because we're gonna get teams' best shot. And so we just know that if we focus on us and we handle our business, we'll be good.
Chris?
Yeah, Calvin, you guys going for 2 multiple times. Coach Silverfield said he was telling you guys on the sideline that you guys wanted to do that and you'd win. What was your reaction when he called those plays?
Really, I had no reaction. I was just like, let's execute. I mean, we just, as players, we don't really try to get into what the coach is doing, what situation. If they call us, if they want to go for 2 every time, it's up to us to execute. And we have such a great offense, and everyone can make plays. So we love going for 2 because we have a trust in our offense that we can get it every single time.
Steven?
All right, Calvin, before the season, I know you guys sent a couple guys out to graduation league, and then obviously today, no Monte today. So what do you think you, Todd, and Javon, the rest of the young receivers, what type of message y'all think y'all kind of sent about what you guys are capable of?
I feel like I would say we send a message to like the outside world that we can make plays when the plays are presented. But I mean, from an internal level, like this didn't surprise me. It didn't surprise Brady. It didn't surprise Coach Simon. Cause like I seen Taj, Javon, they like last year, I seen them go to work every day. And they honestly pushed me because I'm like, who are these freshmen coming in working this hard? I'm like, I felt like, so I had to up my level. And it's just, I feel like we all just push each other. And so them stepping up, I don't think anyone was surprised because I've seen them do that countless times. And this is just the moment that they got to put it on the big, on the big screen. And so I was very happy for them, and we got to keep on going.
Last question, Terry.
Hey, Kevin, it's a bunch of speed guys have tried to play wide receivers. It's easy to run around, but your hands have just, in the last, few games, has just improved. Some catches that come out there, did he catch it? But your hands are so good. How have you improved your hands over the last, few games to become just an even better a receiver?
I would say that's just me working in the off season. I think me and the rest of the receivers and Brady, we threw almost like every day. So like we just continue to just work on that. So really this was all just like second nature to us. And so making those catches, I've made plenty of those catches before in practice and just one-on-one workouts and all that stuff. So really it's just just from work, really. That's just work.